Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess. If not, welcome back. Today's video I'm super excited about because I've never done a full face using just one brand, and I personally love Colourpop. They're a super affordable brand based in LA. If you guys don't know, they are sold in Ulta, if not then online, but Ulta doesn't carry their full line, just a small selection. So online is the best way to go when it comes to Colourpop. So I placed a large order from Colourpop and I'm so excited. So this is gonna be kind of like the Colourpop haul slash full face of Colourpop, I guess. And this did take a really long time to get here. I ordered this probably about a month and a half ago, and it took about 3 weeks to get here. So they did give me like a little gift for being so late. Now I do already have some eyeshadow, lipstick, highlighters and lip glosses from them, but I've never tried any of their complexion products like foundation, concealer, or powder. So I picked up the foundation. This is the No Filter foundation in the shade Medium 80. It does look a tad bit yellow and dark for me. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then I got two concealers because I wasn't sure what shade I would be. And looking at both of these are probably both way too light. So we're just gonna have to make it work. So for the concealers, I got shade Light 10 and Light 12. So you have 10 here, which is really, really light, and then shade 12. Now one of them is a frosted glass, the other one is just regular packaging. I'm not too sure why. I like both components either way. I've also never tried any of their eyeliners or mascara, so I did get the new BFF, not necessarily new, but new-ish BFF mascara, volumizing mascara in the shade Black on Black, which is just the typical black mascara. So the packaging this is what the packaging looks like. It's super, super cute. It's got really nice weight to it, so it feels nice and luxurious. Definitely doesn't feel super cheap. And then this is what the wand looks like. For eyeliner, I did go a little crazy. I got the black, nude, and brown. So I have the black, which is called Swerve. And then the nude, which is called Honey Dude. And then the brown, which is called Brouhaha. I've never tried a brown eyeliner, so I'm kind of excited about that. So I'll probably use the brown and the nude today, just because who doesn't already have a black eyeliner? As far as lip liners go, that is one thing that I forgot to buy is lip liner, but I do have tons of lipsticks, lip glosses, and liquid lipsticks from Colourpop, so we'll just do without a lip liner today. So because this package came so late, I got a Colourpop lippy stick in the shade Cami, which is a matte color, which is really nice of them to send because it did take quite a long time to get here. So for blush, I got two blushes. They came just single pan. They didn't come in a compact, so I had to purchase these compacts for I think it was like $1 or $1.50. But these are the two blushes that I chose, and these are both from the Kathleen Lights collection, the new one that just launched with the single pan Zodiac shadows. I don't remember the names of them, and they're not on the back because they didn't come in this compact. So I will link them down below. And then I also bought a bronzer, but to me it looks more of like a nudish color blush. They didn't really have a great selection on bronzers, so we'll see how this looks on me. And then the eyeshadow palette that I have been wanting for so long, that was sold out for so long, is the Sweet Talk palette. I believe this was their spring collection, but it is just stunning. And then this shade here is a Super Shock. Oops, sorry, this one here is a Super Shock shadow, but just look how beautiful it is. I know I'm late to the game on that, but I didn't purchase it when it first came out, so it was sold out for a while. And I love how soft the packaging is. I mean, the artwork is just beautiful. And then last but not least, I have the No Filter setting powder. Super cute, really tiny. This is the No Filter setting powder, and I just got it in translucent. As far as lipsticks go, I got my hands on this whenever it was first released. They only came out with a limited number of these, but I did buy the Villains PR package, so I do have some lipsticks and highlighters and things like that that I'll be reaching into this for. So I'll also be using some stuff from this bad boy. How awesome is this artwork? This is probably my favorite kind of like packaging. This gets an A+ for me. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so I've zoomed you guys in. I apologize for all of my many breakouts. But I zoomed you guys in, and I didn't buy a primer because a lot of the primers, I think they only had 2, maybe just 1, but it was like a mattifying primer, and all of these things are matte, and I've got pretty dry skin, so I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Hangover RX just to kind of give it a little bit more moisture. So that is what the foundation looks like. Probably gonna be way too dark for me. I'm just going to go in with my trusty Sony Kashuk sponge from Target. And I'm only gonna start with 1 pump. Going in with a 2nd pump. All right, so as you guys can see, I got pretty good medium to full coverage. I mean, I've got quite a few scars that are definitely peeking through, but as far as like the discoloration and everything else, my skin does look really nice. And then I also have some breakouts here that are actually hidden pretty well. I mean, obviously they are raised bumps, so you can still see them, but as far as this side goes, this side definitely you can see that I have a bit of scarring still coming through, but I don't mind that showing. And that was just 2 pumps, and it did my whole face. So the one thing I will say about this foundation is that it doesn't come with a lid. Now you can lock it to where if you press down on it, nothing comes out. But if you just throw it in a bag, like it could easily just turn. And then also this is a glass bottle, and this foundation is only like, I think $9. And it does come with 0.85 fluid ounces, so a little less than 1 ounce, which is what you typically get, but for $9, I mean, you can't go wrong. But for traveling, I wouldn't say that this is good just because it's glass and then it has no top. Moving on to concealer, like I said earlier, these are way too light for me, so I'm probably gonna have to go with 12, which is this one here, just because light 10 is so light. And I believe these are only like $5 or $6. Now I did get them on sale. I think I had like a 10% off coupon, so I got them for $4.88, which is not bad. So I swatched them here for you. So we have, this one here is light 10, which is way too light. And then this one over here is 12. And this is very like peachy pink. So I'm probably gonna go in with 12. Now normally I would not go in with a concealer that is this much lighter. I definitely should have gotten the next one up from 12 just because I think that would fit me a little bit better, but I'll make it work. Adding just a little bit more to see if I can cover up that blue undertone that you can see. So it doesn't look bad. It is a little bit lighter than I would like in comparison to the rest of my face, and I also feel like the coverage is like medium coverage. I can still see a lot of blue. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there is like a lot of blue still peeking through. And typically I would go for something closer to my foundation color just so that it doesn't stand out so much. Definitely did brighten, but it didn't really cover my under eye circles. Moving on to the No Filter setting powder. This was $6.75. So satisfying. Just gonna tap some into the lid. I did get the color translucent, so I'm hoping that it really is translucent. I'm just gonna buff out all of the lines that I have under my eyes so I don't set the wrinkles there. just going to take a big fluffy brush and set the rest of my face. Alright, so that is everything set. I'm going to take a closer look just to see how well it looks. So I definitely do feel like it blurred my pores. I didn't use like a pore filling primer or anything, so it definitely blurred my pores just slightly. Now everything that Colourpop has as far as complexion wise goes is very matte, so I definitely don't necessarily like how matte my face looks just because I do have dry skin. I'm gonna get up just so you guys can take a look at the under eye. I do have quite a few wrinkles, so I'd have that either way. It doesn't look too terrible, but doesn't look great. Okay, so moving on to the bronzer, I got this bronzer in the shade Rodeo Drive. And this was $5.25. And there's what it looks like there. This might actually be too dark for me. Doesn't look terrible, but it definitely has like a reddish undertone. Don't know how I feel about it. So that is what the bronzer is looking like. I don't know how I feel about it. It's very like red and undertone, and I don't know, it looks super muddy on camera, and I don't really like the way it's looking. We'll have to see what it looks like with the whole look, see what it comes out like. Like I said, I got these with the Colourpop Kathleen Lights collection that collaboration that just came out. So this one is in the shade So Retrograde, which is like a super bright orange color. And then this one is I Need Space. I don't know which one I want to use today. I think I'm gonna just do highlight and then move on to the eyes, and then we'll do blush depending on what kind of eye look I can create. So moving on to highlighters, in the haul I didn't buy any highlighters just because I do have quite a few already. So I do have this from the Kathleen Lights Zodiac Colourpop collection. This is the Super Shock Cheek Formula, and this is the color Fire, and this is On the Cusp. Now I did love On the Cusp for a really long time. Fire I don't think I've ever actually used just because it is a tad bit on the dark side for me. I love the way these feel. They are just so soft and amazing. I feel like some people either love or hate the formula. So here are the swatches. You have Fire, which is the golden color here, and then On the Cusp here, which is a little bit lighter, which is the one I tend to use. And then I also have all 6 of the Villains highlighters. These are all, I believe, the Super Shock formula, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so these are all Super Shock formulas. Now, I haven't tried them all just because, of course, not all of them will fit my skin tone. That is so hard to say. Maleficent is definitely my favorite and the one I use the most. So this one right here is Maleficent. So I'm not going to go through the rest of those just because those are colors I typically wouldn't wear. They're a little either too dark, too light, or a strange color. So I'm just going to go in with, I think I'm going to try Fire. I'm just going to use my fingertips. And then I'm going to use my brush to just kind of blend it out. Ooh, I think I put way too much on. I forgot how amazing these are. I haven't used Super Shock shadows in a very long time. At first I thought this was going to be too dark for me, but I don't think it is. Tell me what you guys think. Take a little just on the tip of my nose. And down the bridge of my nose. A little bit in between the eyes. I'm going to put just a little on the chin with the brush. So like I said, I'm going to go in with the Sweet Talk palette just because I did buy it for the purpose of this video and because it was finally back in stock after being sold out for way too long. So I'm just going to kind of make this go along since this video I'm sure is going to be an hour long already. I'm just going to kind of like point and go. I will say that this color is really, really light, so you can barely see it, but I am able to build it up quite nicely to make like a decent transition color. So I like the fact that you guys can really see it. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if it'll come off on camera, but in person, it's making just enough definition in the crease. So I like that I'm able to build it up. So I think I'm gonna try something I've never tried before, which is a cut crease. You're seeing it here first, folks. I'm gonna be doing my very first cut crease. So wish me luck, because I could really be screwing this up. Okay, so that's definitely not even, but that's as good as it's gonna get. As far as what color I want to use on the lid, there are quite a few shimmery colors here, so I don't know which one I want to dip into. The Super Shock shadow that's in there is called Side to Side, and it is this beautiful color here. So I went ahead and swatched them all for you guys, all of the shimmers. So the fairy one at the top is the Super Shock that's Side to Side, and then the two in the middle are like the pressed, I think they're like pressed glitters. They are stunning, but unfortunately I don't have a glitter glue, and I don't think these are eye safe, so I don't want to try putting those in my eye just because I have super sensitive eyes. And then we've got the last two here, which are just stunning, so I'm not really sure which one I want to go with. I think I'm going to be basic and do what everyone else does and go in with that Super Shock shadow, that Side to Side, sorry, and put that all over the lid. I may use another one just to kind of help transition here. There is this really pretty like goldish pink one that I might put just kind of closer to the outer corner. I'm just gonna use my finger for this. I feel like that's the way it applies best. Oh, do you guys see that? That is so, so pretty. I'm telling you guys, Colourpop can do no wrong as far as their formula goes. That just looks stunning. So what I think I'm gonna do, just because I feel like I need a little something more, I'm going to take this color down here called Melody and put that kind of right here in the outer third, just to kind of blend it all together. There we go. I think I like that a little bit better, just kind of gives it a gradient. So I'm gonna go back into these two shades here just to kind of define that outer corner a little bit more. Just mixing them together. All right, guys, sorry, I had to take a quick intermission there. If you can hear some like noise in the background, I gave my dog a bone to chew on. So I apologize if you can hear that in the background. And also my monitor isn't working that I use for like a viewfinder, and I'm not wearing my glasses right now, so can't really see much. So just bear with me. So this is all for the eye look. I'm going to go ahead and put on mascara now. Actually, I think I want to add something a little bit to the lower lash line. My lower lash line is looking a little bit bare. Typically, I don't do much on the lower lash line just because on me, I feel like it makes my dark circles really pop, which I hate. So I might just switch it up a bit today and put something on the lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is take this Work It color here and just kind of smudge that along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take this shade called West Side and smudge that along the lower lash line as well, but just closer to my actual lashes. I think I'm only going to keep that on like maybe the outer half and connect it up to the top there. And I'm gonna take Feel Free, which is the darkest color in the palette, and keep this just on the outer third. And just really connect it to the top there. All right, just a little something. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to take, I think I want to take Melody, which I actually put just kind of on this kind of outer third here. I think I'm going to use that for the inner corner highlight. Let's see what that does. Not too bad, but not as bright as I would like it to be. So I think to brighten it up, I'm going to take Maleficent from the Villains collection and use that just on top. There we go, I like that one a little bit more. So for eyeliner, I think I'm going to use the Brouhaha, which is the brown eyeliner, just on the top and then on the inner rim. And then for the bottom, I'm going to go in with Honeydew, which is the nude. So there is Honeydew applied. I'm gonna take a little flat liner brush and kind of smudge that Brouhaha just on the top outer corner there. Okay, so I've just curled my lashes and I'm going to apply the BFF mascara in black, which is black on black. The wand on this kind of reminds me of the one from the Too Faced Better Than Sex or the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which I really like this brush. So let's see how the formula is. So that is just one coat, which is not bad. Definitely lengthening, just not volumizing. So there is one coat done. I'm gonna go ahead and do a second coat as well. All right, so that is the mascara with 2 coats. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is looking pretty good. Not my favorite, but definitely not terrible. Moving back to the complexion, I'm going to do blush before I forget. So I think I'm going to go in with So Retrograde, which is the orange one here. I don't have a blush in this color, so I'm super happy to have it. I'm going to go in with a very light hand because I have a feeling this is very, very pigmented. Wow, that is very, very orange. I'm going to take my powder brush and just kind of buff that out a little bit. I think I'm going to tap into a little bit of I Need Space just to kind of tone it down just a tad. I feel like I went a little overboard with that color there. I think I just went overboard with blush, period. I'm going to go back into that bronzer and just kind of see if I can define the cheeks just a little bit more. Not too much because I'm not too big of a fan of this color of bronzer. All right, moving on to lips. I've got quite a few lipsticks from Colourpop, but I think I want to go with something like maybe neutral or peachy neutral. I have this lippy stick in Lumiere, also Kathleen Light's collection, but I think it might be a bit too purpley. Yeah, I think it might be a little bit too dark. And then I also have the What's Your Sign, also Kathleen Lights Colourpop collection. This one is definitely more on the neutral side. Let's see how What's Your Sign looks like. Ooh, I really like the way that looks. Okay, and then I'm going to look for a gloss to top it off. So for lip gloss, I have quite a few options. I've got these 3 options here. So we have the shade Etoile. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's also Kathleen Lights collection. And this is it right here. And then of course, couldn't do this video without the Moonchild from Kathleen Lights, which is the second one there. And this one is called Fairy Me, which is that last one there. Okay, so I just went through my Colourpop lip gloss collection, and I swatched a few more. I think I'm going to go with the Villains collection. This is the color Puppies, which is the Cruella de Vil lip gloss. This is the only one I have that's like kind of sheer, not too opaque, just so that color of the lipstick shines through. And I'm just gonna top this just in the center. So this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I definitely went a little heavy-handed with the blush, but I do love blush, so I'm okay with it. As far as the Sweet Top palette, I absolutely adore it and understand why people love it so much. But I mean, we all know that Colourpop's eyeshadows and lipsticks are amazing. As far as the complexion products go, I am getting super, super like crepey underneath the eye there. And then also, I don't know if you guys can see, but the foundation is settling really bad into my forehead lines and also my smile lines, which tends to happen just because my forehead wrinkles are pretty deep. I mean, I am in my late 20s, so that's a bit of an issue there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But overall, the complexion is okay. I wouldn't use this very often just because, like in the beginning, like I said, everything is really matte. So probably won't be reaching for those. The concealers are definitely not in my color. So if I were to use those again, I would repurchase them in a darker shade. But overall, I really love the way this look came out. I've never really used a brown eyeliner, and I like how it's not as harsh as a black would be. The Honeydew in the waterline is okay. I have a few other ones that I like better that are a little bit brighter, but for $4, I mean, can't really go wrong. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Colourpop, if you've tried any of their products, if you have anything that you suggest I buy from them or test out. Leave everything in the comments down below so we can chat it up. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you can be notified anytime I upload a video, which should be 2 to 3 times a week, but it really isn't. I'll get there eventually. Your girl is broke, so I gotta work. But anyway, I really, really like the way this looks. I keep looking in the mirror, checking myself out. But anyway, thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, bye guys.